To all North Pole City Elves, those in Santa's Village, in the lower 48, and all around the world, this is your weekly update. I am your host, Walter Mistletoe Livingstone. Let's go to press. Your sponsor for the week of February 21st, 2022 is Kara's Convenient Mart, located right on City Center in Santa's Village, carrying most of those items you forget at home. Stop by Kara's for your general needs. That's Kara's Convenient Mart. Update from Santa's Village. Again, the workshop saw a couple of days of closure this week as that investigation continues as to what happened with the supply from the glue factory. We just cannot seem to get to the bottom of this issue, said Supervisor Latimer Snurd. Nobody seems to know exactly what caused the problem, and it happened again with the toy sailboats. If we don't figure this out soon, we are going to have to reach into our reserves to stay on schedule. The Department of Elfland Security's security detail has been called in to begin an in-depth investigation into the matter. From the Department of Elfland Security, Edward Hinklemeyer has put out an executive order requesting that security cameras are to be installed in all areas throughout the workshops and warehouses that are areas that affect the manufacturing process. We did not have cameras in the glue mixing area, or we would have known who caused this issue. This won't happen a second time, said Edward. I know in my heart this was not caused by an elf, but we cannot prove or deny that statement at this time. There have been a couple major changes on the TAOLF.com website this past week. Many had reported that all the images suddenly went black on Wednesday night, so we reached out to the division to find out what happened. We were told that the issue was fixed in a matter of hours as the team was working on search engine optimization and found that the images were taking too long to load on most people's older devices. The site has now been optimized to load faster as images are rendered to the appropriate sizes needed. They had hoped to get this project done before anybody noticed, but there was some delay in the process. Also, a new utility has been added called a story generator. This utility will allow the visitor to answer a few questions and help complete the story that is being told on the website. It is a fun, interactive way to get the visitors involved with the content, said Gracie Kimball, Chief Webmaster. We have the first story going out here soon and expect many more in the future. The first story, entitled Cupid Helps Out, is expected to come out this week on the website. Update on North Pole City weather. Temperatures will remain moderate this week and no major storms are in the immediate forecast. This week in Elf history, on February 21st, 1885, the Washington Monument was formally dedicated, and 3 years later it was opened to the public. The Washington Monument, which is a 555-foot-high marble obelisk built in honor of America's revolutionary hero and first president, was dedicated in Washington, D.C. 100 years after it was first proposed. After George Washington's death in 1799, plans for a memorial for the father of the country were discussed, but none were adopted until 1832, the centennial of Washington's birth. Architect Robert Mills's hollow Egyptian obelisk design was accepted for the monument, and on July 4th, 1848, the cornerstone was laid. Work on the project was interrupted by political quarreling in the 1850s, and construction ceased entirely during the American Civil War. Finally, in 1876, Congress, inspired by the American Centennial, passed legislation appropriating $200,000 for the completion of the monument. In February 1885, the Washington Monument was formally dedicated, and 3 years later it was opened to the public, who were permitted to climb to the top of the monument by stairs or elevator. The monument was the tallest structure in the world when completed, and remains today, by the District of Columbia law, the tallest building in the nation's capital. The North Pole City Commerce Association will be holding elections for a new secretary at their meeting next month, as the current secretary has resigned to pursue a new career with WELF NPC Radio. Becky Marshmallow Livingstone will be joining us to be an investigative reporter next month, and we are expecting great things. Anyone wishing to throw their hat in for the new position, please contact the association before next month's meeting. North Pole City Council will be meeting this week to review and approve the plans for the street and sidewalk replacements throughout the city. The city map has been completed and presented to Council for review. Santa has met with the Council to go over the replacement plan. The meeting is scheduled for Wednesday night at Claus Mansion. We have a champion for the 2022 Snowball Games. The final score for the event was the Peppermint Shack with 84 points and Love at First Snowflake with 66 points. Elders from the Livingstone clan were present during the final award presentation to help accept the trophy for the Peppermint Shack pub, which will now be on display for everyone to go and see at the pub anytime this year. Congratulations to the Peppermint Shack team. This week, the flags at North Pole City Hotel will be changing from pink to green as Cupid is scheduled to leave the city while Lucky the Leprechaun is scheduled to arrive. Parades and fanfare will accompany these events if you would like to stop out and show your support. WELF NPC would like to wish a very happy 500th birthday to Haley Lollipop Trinklestein. Haley has been the lead researcher for the Division of History and Research at the Department of Elfland Security for almost 100 years now, and originally worked in Mrs. Claus's kitchen. She made the switch over when she presented a scrapbook to Santa one year showing all of the historical places he visited throughout the years. Haley has been a great fit for the division, and is the one responsible for producing the Elf Clan history and shield research that is now available on taolf.com website. This is Walter Mistletoe Livingstone with the reminder, a smile is an inexpensive way to change your looks. Have a good evening and be sure to tune in next week for another WELF NPC North Pole Radio News Update.